My name is Chika. I grew up in a small, dusty village in Nigeria. My mother died when I was 8, and everything changed after that. My father remarried. He brought in a woman who became the beginning of my pain. She treated me like I was a stranger, a servant. I washed clothes, cleaned her feet, carried water, cooked, but she never smiled at me. She only shouted. And my father? He said nothing. He watched in silence like I was invisible.
One night, I heard voices outside. My stepmother was talking to a man. I tiptoed to the window. She said, "You'll marry her. We need money. You'll manage her." Then she handed him a small brown envelope. That man was Madhu, a farmer with torn trousers, dusty sandals, and a quiet face. I couldn't believe it. They had sold me, like leftover yam. 2 days later, I was dressed in a faded wedding gown someone had used before. My stepmother said, "Don't cry, at least you're getting married." There were no decorations, no cake, no music, just plastic chairs and the few villagers whispering. "She's marrying that broke man?" one woman asked. "Chai, her life is finished," another said. I stood beside Madhu like a statue. I didn't cry anymore. My heart had already broken. He took me to a small hut on the edge of the village. The walls were weak. The roof had holes. Inside, there was one bed, one kerosene lamp, and a clay pot of water. "This is your home now," he said gently. I didn't answer. I sat in the corner, hugging my knees. I had nothing, and now I was nothing. But something strange happened. He didn't touch me. He didn't shout. He didn't force me to cook or wash. He made food. He fetched water. He gave me space. And at night, he prayed. For me. By name. I stayed awake and listened. "God, give Chika peace. Heal her wounds. Help her smile again." I began to wonder, who is this man? One night, I woke up thirsty and reached for water. That's when I saw him, standing by the window, talking on a small phone. He whispered, "Yes, she's calm. She's real. I'll reveal it soon." I froze. Reveal what? He ended the call quickly when he noticed me. "Who were you talking to?" I asked. He smiled. Just a wrong number. But deep down, I knew that wasn't true. Days turned into weeks. Madhu bought me a new wrapper. He made a small garden in front of the hut. And every evening, he sat with me and asked about my childhood. For the first time, someone wanted to know me. Villagers started talking. "Chika looks fresh," one said. "Maybe that farmer is not so poor after all," another said. But even I didn't know what was going on. One day, he made roasted yam and groundnut sauce. We sat under a tree and ate together. "You're not the girl I expected," he said, smiling. I smiled back. "You're not the monster I feared." For the first time, I laughed. And that laugh woke something in my heart. I didn't know if it was love, but it was definitely hope. Then he disappeared. I woke up one morning and he was gone. No bag, no note, no phone call. I waited for hours, then days. Fear returned. I thought maybe he had used me like the rest. Maybe everything was fake. I cried myself to sleep every night. On the 5th day, a black SUV entered our compound. It was shiny, nothing like our village cars. 3 men in suits stepped out and bowed. "Good afternoon, madame," one said. "We're here to take you to your husband." My legs shook. Husband? Which husband? Sir Madhu Olowabi. I laughed. "You must be joking. My husband is a farmer." They smiled. "Ma'am, we are not joking. Your husband is the heir to Owolabi Group." I nearly fainted. They drove me to a mansion that looked like a palace. There were fountains, glass doors, security guards, things I only saw on TV. And there, standing by the staircase in a designer suit, was Madhu. I stopped walking. He smiled and walked towards me. "Welcome home, Chika," he said. "Home?" I whispered. He nodded. "I'm sorry for hiding. I had to be sure that you loved my heart, not my wallet." The next days felt like a dream. I had my own room, my own makeup artist, my own driver. People called me Madam, but I never forgot who I was before. I didn't become proud because I knew all this could disappear, but love, true love, is not built on money. One rainy morning, the gate man called me. "Madame, someone is outside begging." I stepped out. It was her, my stepmother. She was drenched, thin, and barefoot. "Chika, please, help us. Your father is sick. We have no food." I froze. The same woman who threw me away? Now she wanted help? I looked at Madhu. He said nothing. He just watched me. I walked up to her. "You didn't treat me like family, but I won't return that pain." Then I called the housekeeper. "Give her dry clothes and tell the doctor to go check on my father." Today, I sit beside Madhu, holding his hand. He gave me love when I didn't even know what love was. And I gave him trust, even when I had reasons to run. To every girl out there feeling forgotten, to every woman who thinks her pain has no purpose, let my story remind you. Sometimes blessings come dressed in rags, and the man who looks like nothing might just be the one to give you everything.
Chika was rejected, used, and thrown away like she was nothing. But God turned her tears into treasures. She married a man the world called poor, only to discover she had stepped into a palace in disguise. Because when man says, "You're finished," God says, "I'm just getting started." This story teaches us, never judge by appearance. Be kind in secret. Stay humble, because the same people who mocked you today may line up at your gate tomorrow. God is still lifting the forgotten. Just like Chika, your breakthrough is closer than you think. Would you stay if your partner had nothing? Let's talk in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stephified Stories for more stories. Turn on notifications so you won't miss the next one. God bless you.